Good. All right. All right, B, we're gonna start.
Hi, Zach. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll go ahead and open it up with questions. Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, Zach. What I guess would be your evaluation of this match? Obviously, the team has struggled to score lately, but defensively has held its own for the most part. What can you say just overall on this match?
Yeah, I mean, Vancouver's coming off a tough loss to LAFC at home, 3-0. So we knew they wanted to prove a point that they were, that was just a fluke of a game, or, LAFC is a strong side, but we knew they were going to throw a lot at us. And, the game plan in the first half was to bend but not break. And I think we did a good job with that. And we, went into the first half 0-0. Yeah, I mean, we didn't connect as many passes as we needed in the first half, and going into the second half, it was a little better, but I think we just needed to control the game just a little better in some areas, and yeah.
And what can you say about, despite the loss, the performance that Aljaž Ivačić put in? A lot of big saves for him tonight. Yeah,
I mean, he proves day in and day out why the Timbers offered him a contract extension after his performance last year, and he just proves why he deserved that contract extension. I mean, he had a huge save at the end where ball over the top, the second ball in the midfield was just popped over our back line and one-on-one with the keeper, and that all the pressure's on the attacker in that situation, and Alio just came up big because statistically that's a goal every time. He had great saves in the first 10 minutes of the game. Ball went back post, and he headed it down in the bottom corner. That's a hard save to make for any goalie in the world, and he made that, keeping us in the game.
Thank you. We'll go next to Sam Sviller.
Hey, Zach. We'd love to hear just your perspective or what you saw on the goal that Vancouver scored tonight. It looked like it was a little bit of a bang play. It looked like there was a lot of chances. How did you see that kind of developing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and look at it because I thought, it was a fast break transition moment. I thought we were in a good spot. I thought Justin handled it well. He blocked the initial cross, if I remember correctly. And I think that's what we were caught off guard by, because he blocks the shot and then Justin kind of gets turned around where the ball got deflected, but it goes right back to the player. Their forward was in an offside position, so it's hard to track him and keep him off sides. And once the deflection came off of Justin, he's in an onside position. Like you said, it's a bang play. It's, we can always defend better, but it's just an unlucky play there.
Yeah, and just as a follow-up, defending a team like Vancouver, who, has a player like Gressel, who was very active tonight, loving in cross after cross. It seemed like for the most part, the backline did a good job of handling those crosses. How did you feel kind of the backline kind of handled Vancouver's attacking opportunities throughout the game? Yeah,
I mean, we of course scouted Vancouver. We play them twice every year. We know their game plan hasn't really changed. They love throwing physical forwards up front where they're gonna hit you. They're gonna try to make you uncomfortable. They're gonna whip in balls constantly. But our game plan was, if they're only gonna play with one forward, me and Dario, one picks them up, one covers the space, and that communication between us worked pretty well all game. And and I mean, that goal is just a transition play. We're out of position and it was unlucky, but for the most part, we handled those crosses well, and the ones we didn't, Alio was there to save us.
Thanks, Sam. We'll go next to Jeremy.
Hi, Zach. I noticed late in the game you were kind of getting into it a little with Brian White. What was your perspective on that little bit of shoving per se?
No, I mean, I play forwards like Brian White all the time, where they're big, strong, physical guys, but they know I'm going to win the header over them just because of my size, and I can jump higher than them. But yeah, he tries to make my life uncomfortable because he knows once I jump in the air, he's trying to knock me off my feet, knock me off balance. And obviously when I'm, trying to jump as high as I can and he undercuts me, that's a dangerous play in terms of if I land wrong, land on my knee. And I mean, it's no hard feelings towards him because I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to knock me off balance so I can flick it, towards our own goal or in his team's advantage. But yeah, I mean, no hard feelings between me and him. He asked if I was okay after he got that yellow card. Yeah, it's just part of the game, part of the 1v1 battles.
All right, we'll wrap it there. Thank you, Zac. Safe travels back.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
We'll go next here shortly with head coach Gio Savarese. If you have a question for Gio, click the raise your hand button and we'll get to your question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Gio.
Hi.
Thank you for taking the time. Just to start us off, can you just let us know a little bit about your thoughts on today's road match?
No, we knew it was going to be a difficult match. We're still getting players back little by little. We had to invent a little bit at the beginning with what we had, and the guys did a good job to keep us in the game. Yes, the build-up wasn't ideal in the first half, but then the second half was completely different. We had more, more the ball. We created more dangerous moments. We had an opportunity to be able to score with Mosquera, and we could have tied the game. But Vancouver today put us in a lot of trouble, and it was just a difficult game. But now the positives are we saw Ayala coming back. We saw Evander being able to play their minutes. Bolly play more minutes. So we're getting guys back into the team, and that's going to help us, moving forward because we'll have more players that will be available to play.
Thank you. We'll go with questions and we'll start with Ryan Clark.
Hey, Gio. Obviously a difficult result and been a few games of difficulty producing on the attack. What can you point to as the issues there with the team potentially playing too narrow, or what are the issues that you have seen on the attack?
Yeah, the issues are we trying to survive with the players that we have. The reality is that at the end, if you saw, we finished with 3 strikers, and we tried to put them in the best scenario to be able to produce, but it's difficult. The mostly center forwards. But that's what we have right now. So we're trying to make sure that we, are able to put more attacking players to try to create. And we did find some moments, especially the one on Mosquera, that could have been probably the best moment for us to tie the game. And that's been a little bit the difficulty. So we got to continue to work, and the more players that we're going to get, the stronger we're going to get.
And what can you say? A second straight game for Alias with a lot of big saves. So what can you say about his performance to keep you guys in the game?
Yeah, I think he did his job. He helped us for sure to stay in the game. He made some key saves that allow us to stay competitive in the match, and credit to Alio. He had a great game today.
Thank you. We'll go next to Sam Zviller.
Hey, Coach. Would love to hear your thoughts just on the first MLS start of Tega Ikoba. Got to start the game, played the first half. Looked like it was a tough go out there. He was definitely getting muscled off the ball a couple of times. Just love to hear your thoughts on his play tonight.
He's been playing well. He's been deserving the opportunity to be able to start. We gave it to him because he's been putting a lot of work into in this past few games in order for him to deserve the opportunity to have started in this match. But these games are difficult, and this is how he's going to grow. He's still 19, has so much potential, and these moments are the moments that he's going to continue to develop and to grow. So the credit to him that he kept on fighting. It wasn't easy at the beginning, But you know, I think these are the moments that he's going to continue to get better as a player.
Thanks. And just a quick follow-up. Decision to start Justin Rasmussen at left back tonight over Claudio Bravo. What were the reasonings behind that decision, and what were you hoping to see from Rasmussen, I guess, over Bravo tonight?
Yeah, Bravo had a little bit of a tightness in the hamstring. He could have maybe have played, but it was a gamble. We didn't want to have another player injured. So we went to the safe recourse instead of just throwing him into the game. But this, as I always say, this is an opportunity for the players to be able to get in on the field and learn and get better. And I thought Rasmus did a good match, a good job in the game. And he's getting better because he's playing. So we will have a player that is going to be in a better situation going forward. But the base on the reason why Rasmus started in front of Bravo is due to the fact that Bravo wasn't completely healthy.
Thanks. Ryan, did you have a follow-up?
Yes, Gio. Santi Moreno has had a difficult season so far, hasn't really been able to find his rhythm. What have your conversations been like with him, and what maybe needs to change for him?
Yeah, we stay very positive. We're keeping him with confidence to make sure that he can continue to provide, what we know that he's capable of. We saw last game against Dallas, a better version of Moreno. Today, he had, a few moments, but he wasn't himself completely. And it's difficult sometimes as well when in the middle, you're required to do more when you have, next to you, not a true eighth. You had Gutierrez, that is more of a winger. But at the moment, he was the only one healthy to be able to play more than, the 45 minutes. And that's why we put him there. Maybe that responsibility for Moreno in this particular game was a little bit more than he could have, managed. But I think he's on the right track, little by little, to hopefully get to where we know that he can get to. He's a quality player. Right now, he's not showing it. But I think he has a lot to provide. And little by little, I think he's going to get there.
We'll wrap it there. Thank you, Gio. Safe travels back.
Thank you.